Our guest on today's show has some good practical advice on these matters, and he'll be presenting them, as I mentioned, in a webinar hosted by my absent partner, Dirk Ducharme, this coming Tuesday, November 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. You see it right there. The name of the webinar is 3 Steps to Accelerate Quality Management, and the presenter, Joby George of Sparta Systems, is here to tell us all about it now. Well, Joby, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Mike. Good to be back.
Thanks. And those of you in the audience, you might know we have a little delay here. We have some minor Skype problems here. So, Joby, if we lose you, Joby, we'll call you back on the phone most likely. Those of you out there in the audience, just stick with us. If we do lose Joby, we'll get him right back. Well, Joby, we recently published an article from you on this very topic titled, "Don't Let Ineffective Quality Management Drag You Down." So how can these manual and legacy systems drag you down? How can they hurt you?
Sure. So as you know, with manual and legacy systems, it's very difficult for a manufacturer to adapt to changes in technologies, changes due to competitive nature, changes due to company strategy, and so forth. Paper-based quality processes are not sustainable. People know that nowadays as a company grows and mature. And legacy homegrown systems can eventually become very painful to maintain, update, and keep in compliance. You're always updating patches, always doing validation, and so forth. So as we all know, the industry is changing. It's changing year to year. Technology is changing year to year. Companies have to be innovative to stay competitive. For example, Blockbuster isn't around. We all know what happened to Blockbuster when Netflix came out. BlackBerry isn't around much longer. Apple provided a very innovative solution that addressed the same need and more. Just at Sparta Systems, we're applying the same principles to quality management. Regulations have fairly stayed the same since the early 90s and early 2000s. However, technology and business applications are changing. Companies are looking to reduce cost, and often IT applications and legacy on-premise applications are the first ones to have their budget cut. So companies that are looking to move to a cloud-based solution, not only does this reduce labor costs, but also reduces licensing costs, IT costs, and infrastructure costs. In addition, legacy applications can feel very outdated. We're all used to using consumer applications in our daily lives. There's a lot of social apps on our phone that look very modern, very easy to use, and so forth. And users are hoping that business applications have the same look and feel, same ease of use, and so forth. So marrying the two, cost and user experience, we can see how legacy and old school manual applications are becoming the dinosaurs of enterprise software.
Well, let me jump on something that you mentioned there, because you talked about some of these companies, Apple, BlackBerry, Blockbuster. So those are big companies. So many, if not most, of these big boys in industry are employing enterprise-wide quality management solutions, like you mentioned, those offered by Sparta. But many smaller companies may say that maybe they don't need it or they can't afford it. So what are the specific benefits for the smaller guys out there?
Sure, good question. So smaller companies are often very nimbler and they're more agile. Their focus, especially in the biotech and biopharma, is focusing on solving a specific medical problem on a specific therapeutic area. For example, treating a specific type of oncology or a specific type of cancer. These organizations, they don't have much money. There's a lot of venture capitalists raised money, and they're focusing on research and development. They want to be in the business of making medicine, not in the business of maintaining applications, having a large IT department, and so forth. So these companies have an all-digital strategy. They're using cloud as an enabler to grow their business. So they want cloud first, and then on-premise as a last resort. They want something that has the maturity and the experience of an enterprise software, but with the look and feel of a modern application. That is why Sparta Systems, we provide choice to our customers. We have multiple solutions that offer and address the needs of small companies or big companies using 20 years of our quality experience and of our domain experience in manufacturing, R&D, clinical, and so forth. And we've taken all our experience and provided into a very small, nimble, out-of-the-box package that these companies can adopt very quickly. So like I explained to people, it has the maturity and the experience of TrackWise, but in a smaller, lighter package.
Now, your article mentioned a Gartner study that talks about how, you just mentioned it, cloud computing is unlocking benefits for big companies that want to better manage quality. So what are those benefits and why are they so important?
Sure. So there's three categories of benefits to using a cloud application or moving towards a cloud strategy. One is a lower total cost of ownership. We all know that we all use Gmail or social apps on our phone every day, but there's no cost to it, right? We don't have servers in our home that run our emails or run our consumer applications. So for companies, offloading all that cost to a mature company saves a lot of money for them. They don't have to worry about upgrading, security patches, database maintenance, supporting the latest software, going through IQs and OQs. They're just worried about running their business and having somebody else take care of their software. Second key benefit is user experience. Since the Apple software and since Google has been around, user experience has been a key focus. With cloud-based software, you have the option of updating software on a quarterly or monthly, or in some cases, daily release cycle. And since cloud software is always on the latest experience, companies can easily take advantage of a superior user experience, which makes adoption very easy. Users, again, are used to using consumer software in their personal lives, and they want that translated to business applications so that they can adopt it very quickly without going through a very extensive training process. Lastly, one of the benefits of cloud software is out-of-the-box processes. Often with on-premise systems, you're starting from scratch. You're going through a lengthy requirements process where 6 months of people are just gathering requirements, 6 months of configuration, 6 months of testing, and so forth. With cloud software, a lot of SaaS software companies will provide best practice processes out of the box. So you're 80 to 90% there, and you take it and adjust it based on your unique requirements. So here at Sparta Systems, we've been around for a very long time. We're able to leverage our years of experience with TrackWise and other quality systems, and then provide them in an out-of-the-box scalability so and they can go live quickly. So think about the value, right? You're not starting from scratch. You have something ready to go, something you can configure based on your requirements, and something that's going to meet your go live timelines.
Well, Joe, we were coming up to the end of the interview, but before we go, I got to ask you about data, because everything today, of course, comes down to gathering and interpreting data. So tell me about the data that the EQMS software, like Sparta Systems software, can uncover, and how can companies leverage that information for better ROI from their quality initiatives?
Sure. So that's a great question. And here at Sparta, we've been helping our customers, both on-premise and our cloud-based customers, analyze their quality data and get to the facts about how their quality management solution is being used across all manufacturing sites, processes, and job functions. For example, what if a manufacturer could know that they're capturing quality issues early, or they've reduced the number of quality records that are lying dormant? What if they could measure how each department is doing or how each site is doing? That's a lot of insight that's available within a QMS. So think of data as like the raw material within your quality system, but reporting and analytics is refining the raw material and having something more of a finished good and ready to go. So the challenge here is capturing the right data and ensuring that you have tools to take advantage of it. So you also need a partner and a solution that will grow with you with your IT and quality initiatives. And cloud solutions are becoming part of a customer's long-term and short-term quality management strategy. So previously on-premise software, you need to ensure your servers were capable of crunching all the data, of scheduling data, of running metrics on a daily basis. With cloud solutions, all that heavy lifting is done on a scalable, powerful cloud-based platform such as Amazon Web Services that provides value to you without you even realizing it. For example, the ability to calculate who's delayed, who's always overdue, who's always on time within seconds versus days or weeks, as is traditional with enterprise software. So here at Sparta Systems, we're focused on helping our customers with their long-term and short-term goals in terms of their ensuring that their company strategy is met for cloud-based solutions.
Well, Joby George, thanks for joining us today on the show. We should remind everybody out there we have a webinar with you. You and Dirk are doing, again, this coming Tuesday, November 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific. That's 3 steps to accelerate quality management. There it is right there, live webinar. on Tuesday, November 1st. Again, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern with Joby and Dirk. And there'll be an email in your inbox. You've probably got some already. There's another one coming on Monday. So if you want to register for that webinar, you can do so then. Joby, thanks again for joining us. We'll see you on Tuesday for the webinar.
All right, Mike, thank you. I'll see you on Tuesday and have a good weekend.
Thanks, you too, Joby. Talk to you soon.